The Knights of the Cross by Henryk Sienkiewicz. If you really enjoy my work, you can buy me a coffee using the link below the video. Chapter 57. But she wiped away her tears, took the armor-bearer with her, and went to Jurand to tell him the news. She found him in a bright room, the tame she-wolf at his feet, sitting with Father Caleb, old Tolima, and Sieciakowa. Supporting their heads with their hands, absorbed in thought and sorrowful, they were listening to a poem which the village beadle, who was also the ribald, accompanied by his lute, sang of Jurand's former exploits against the abominable Knights of the Cross. The room was lit up by the moon. A very warm and quiet night followed a scorching day. The windows were open, and beetles from the linden in the courtyard were seen crawling upon the floor. In front of the fireplace, where there were yet glimmering a few embers, sat the servant sipping a mixture of hot mead, wine, and spices. The ribald, or beadle, and servant of Father Caleb, was about to begin another song, entitled The Happy Encounter. Jurand is riding upon a chestnut-colored horse, when Jagiełło entered and said, "The Lord Jesus be praised." "Forever and ever," replied Father Caleb. Jurand sat in an armchair with his elbows upon the arms, but when he heard her voice, he immediately turned toward her and began to greet her, nodding his milk-white head. "Zbyszko's armor-bearer has arrived from Szczytno," said the girl, "and has brought news from the priest. Mako will not return to this place. He went to Prince Witold." "Why will he not return here?" asked Father Caleb. Then she told all she had heard from the Bohemian. She related how Siegfried avenged himself for Rotgeir's death, how the old Comthur intended to destroy Danusia for Rotgeir to drink her innocent blood, and how the executioner defended her. She even told them of Mako's hopes to find Danusia, with Zbyszko's assistance, rescue her, bring her to Spykow, and for that very reason he had gone to Zbyszko and ordered her to remain here. Be it from grief or sorrow, her voice trembled at the end. When she finished, silence prevailed for a while in the room, and only the chirping of the crickets from the linden in the courtyard penetrated through the open windows and sounded like a heavy rainfall. All eyes were directed toward Jurand, who with closed eyelids and head bent backward, showed no sign of life. "Do you hear?" finally asked the priest. But Jurand kept on bending his head, lifted up his left hand and pointed toward the sky. The light of the moon fell directly upon his face, upon the white hair, upon the blind eyes, and there was depicted in that face such indescribable suffering, together with complete hope and resignation in God's will, that it appeared to all present that he only saw with his soul, which was freed from the fetters of the body, and had renounced once for all earthly life, in which nothing was left for him. Silence again reigned, and the noise of the crickets was still audible. But almost with filial love, Jagiełło was suddenly overcome with great pity for the unhappy old man. At the first impulse she rushed to his side, grasped his hand and covered it with kisses and tears. "And I too am an orphan," she exclaimed, with swelling heart. "I am not a boy, but am Jagiełło of Zgorzelce. Mako took me in order to protect me from bad people. Now I shall remain with you until God restores Danusia to you." Jurand was not at all surprised. He seemed to know it already. He only took hold of her and pressed her to his breast, and she continued to kiss his hand and spoke in a broken and sobbing voice. "I will remain with you. Danusia will return. Then I shall return to Zgorzelce. God protects the orphans. The Germans have also killed my father, but your beloved one is alive and will return. Grant this, O most merciful God. Grant this, O most holy and compassionate Mother." Then Father Caleb suddenly knelt, and with a solemn voice began to pray, "Lord, have mercy upon us. Christ, have mercy upon us," immediately responded the Bohemian and Tolima. Then all knelt down, because it was the litany, which is not only said at the moment of death, but also for the delivery of dear and near persons from the danger of death. Jagiełło knelt. Jurand slipped down from his seat and knelt, and all began to pray in chorus, "Lord, have mercy upon us. Christ, have mercy upon us. O God, the Father in heaven, have mercy upon us. Son of God, Redeemer of the world, have mercy upon us." Their praying voices, "Have mercy upon us," were mingled with the chirping of the crickets. The tame she-wolf suddenly got up from the bearskin upon which she was crouching, in front of Jurand, approached the open window, supported herself upon the sill, turned her triangular jaws toward the moon and howled in a low and plaintive voice. End of part 6th. Part 7th.
Remember to subscribe.